Yo. Speaking yours? I just breathed into yours. That's fine. That works. Hopefully we'll get rid of that.
We're starting?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Lefty's nervous. Lefty, welcome back. Second time. You're the first person to do two in the podcast studio. So
I made it.
You made it. You got the invite back. I don't think the others will. We were literally just doing work and admin and just catching up. It's Monday. Saturday, you had your second SixFit competition that you brought up in your head as your little baby, and you ran it at CrossFit Wessex this weekend. And I was like, don't tell me. Like, we started talking already and discussing stuff. I was like, no, we need to get this into a podcast. So we quickly just set up the lights and got the camera rolling just so you can hear it. So firstly, I just want to say, well done. It was absolutely amazing from my point of view. But the actual question is, how did you find the day?
Yeah, it was great. Stressful. But the actual day, it wasn't as bad as I thought. And as you said, and as we discussed it before, is probably the last week or probably the last couple of weeks leading up to the event really stressful, just to get everything done, make sure that everything is there. But on the day, it's more like step back, just solve really small problems that may happen, questions from athletes, from judges. Apart from that, it was great. It was great. I had a good day, to be fair. I had fun.
It was good. Yeah, and you can see you're having fun, which is cool. What Lefty was alluding to there is like, we've done multiple competitions over the years, and it's the build-up leading up to it is, especially for the main guy like you're running it, the main guy should be super busy leading up to it, and the day of the event, it should almost be like stepping back and watching it all unfold on the floor, but being there to firefight any little questions or any little shenanigans that come on, and you dealt with them, and there was nothing really. What I loved, obviously, I loved the whole day, the whole way it went down. Just everything beforehand, what people don't see is how much work you did behind the scenes is absolutely amazing. I'm not really good at that sort of stuff, and that's not where my strengths lie, but you're so anal is the right word, in particular about your stuff, and it's just really nice and neat all the way up, leading up to the event, and then everything is so easy. Do you take so much stress off you for the day? Is that how you found it?
Oh, yeah, 100%. But I've been working this one for months. Obviously, last year was the first year. It took me much longer, literally months. Probably I was 3 months every day working on that. See the flow, timings, the idea exactly, the workouts, everything. Second year, I had the baseline, the skeleton ready, but I had to go more in detail, in depth. The programming, I had to change the programming. I don't want to be exactly the same thing or the same scoring, so I have to come up with new ideas. You know me, that's my problem. But every time I write down a workout for competition, it needs to be at least one new element, at least one. Something that people don't train enough, or they haven't seen it before, or they don't see it often. Something like that. And that's another problem I put in my head for no reason.
Brilliant. Yeah, it's making things a bit harder. I think it was really well programmed, and also we tested the workouts going through and tweaked bits. And I can remember when you come up to me with the engine and you had this engine plan, and I was like, Lefty, I'd really like to get the runners in. And you're like, yeah, that's really good. And I was like, but we only have two. And we're then trying to figure out, right, because people should run. It's such a basic movement we should all be able to do. And we probably don't do enough of it. And we probably don't do it very often on those assault runners and stuff. We do see them in some competitions like Affex. No, Affex have got rid of them as well now, so you don't really see them, and I really wanted to get them involved, so we had to go back and forth for that one, particularly going back and forth trying to get it right and making sure people got tested equally on there. It was a fantastic from start to finish. It was great. Talk me through your thoughts on that first workout. How do you think it went, firstly, and then would there be anything you would change on that one going forward?
Yeah. Should we start explaining what is SixFit? Because probably some people don't know.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, let's go into that. I thought most people listening probably did SixFit. Yeah, so there's loads of them here. Yeah, go on. Actually, yeah, what's the format behind it and the idea?
So really briefly, the idea was watching, as you said, we've done so many competitions, judging as athletes or just spectating. We've seen throughout the last decade so many comps, and I've been seeing two main problems. One problem, too many divisions. What I mean by that, you see scaled, novice, mid-ground, RX, RX Plus, elite. So when you go and choose, you have no idea where I'm fitting. Or maybe I'm amazing weightlifter, I have all the weights, I don't have the skills. Mid-ground, but you can lift the weights, so for you maybe it's too easy. Vice versa, you're amazing gymnast, you have all the skills, you don't have the weights. For example, that's my problem. So again, I can't go to elite because the bubble is too heavy for me. So there are some holes over there. I know it shows that's your weakness, training more, but still I can't be in elite level weightlifting, unfortunately. So that's the main problem. The other problem, 2 long days. I've done a comp, 3 days comp, amazing competition, but I waited for 3.5 hours for 5 minutes AMRAP.
Yeah.
And then I ended up one place before last.
Worth it. Well worth
Yeah.
it. Yeah, for me on those, I understand the first problem definitely with the different scales. You can fall in between the scales as well. I know a lot of comps do say, oh, you should be able to do X, Y, Z. They give you some sort of rough weights and rep range of certain things. It does work, but like you say, you could fall right in between them. You don't know whether to go between one or the other. The second one I think is the most important one. Time is precious for people. And I'm just starting to appreciate that more now. Obviously being a dad and stuff, like time is super limited. I can't go away and be like, all right, I'm off for a full day's competition. And you come back and you explain what you did. Oh, I did a 5-minute workout, 12-minute workout and a 1 rep max. You're gone all day. That's like you could probably squeeze that into an hour if you're really quick. So I think the format's brilliant. I think High Rocks and Affex have also proven that format works quite well. Obviously, I've done multiple of both of those, so I can see it. But I just love the team aspect of this. I love competing in teams. I think it's so much more enjoyable. It's like have slightly less pressure as well, which is nice. And it's always just better sharing everything in that team environment. So I love it. Just go on the timings.
So the main idea, kind of, the main base is different days for different things I've seen. So mainly, I know people say the first thing when you see it, it looks like Affex, which is pretty much the idea behind it. So get in, get out, 90 minutes and done. But I want it to be as CrossFit as possible. For example, Affex, in my eyes, is not 100% CrossFit. Workouts and programming wise. And then the other third problem, minimal, but another problem, in any competitions you've seen, there's not a single just gymnastics event. We have 1 rep maxes, we have maybe engine workout run, but 100% gymnastics we don't. If we have a skill, it's with something else always.
For sure.
So it's like if you're good at gymnast, it's your time to shine. Mm-hmm. So the idea behind it was create a team of 6. That's why SixFit Showdown, 3 males, 3 females. You choose your teammates, what are good at. So we have a team workout first. You have 20 minutes as the time, 10 minutes break, and then you split the team in 3 pairs, male, female pair. 1 pair will do engine workout, just an engine workout. 1 pair will do gymnastics, 100% gymnastics workout, and then 1 pair will do weightlifting. 40 minutes is engine, 20 minutes for gymnastics, 20 minutes for weightlifting. And then when you finish, another 10 minutes break, and then all together come back again as a team and do the last event, which is always the 10 minutes. So overall is 90 minutes from in and out.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's a perfect concept.
And you've done everything. You have a team workout, you've done synchronized stuff, you've done different movements, and then you have your time to shine. You're an amazing weightlifter, go for it. You're an amazing gymnast, go for it. And that's the main reason we don't have divisions. And that's the main idea. Everyone will go together because maybe your engine is elite level engine, but anything else is a scale level. And then the same for weightlifting, the same for gymnastics, the same for everything. And when you come together, can you walk as a team? Mm-hmm. Because the workouts, and then we'll explain more in a second, mainly the first one is more like communication, is sharing, is not, oh, if you can't do it, everyone has to wait, or I can't lift it, so I can't do it. Yeah. There's no other options. There's options for everyone. Everyone can do it. And if for any reason you have an injury, you can't do it, it's too heavy for you, you can share.
Yeah, I like that. The goal, every time we go through the workouts and discuss them, it's always like, we never have a sticking point. It's not like you have to get to a certain place, and if you can't do that, the workout stops. You can keep rolling through, so it doesn't actually matter. Someone could potentially take some of the load in, some of the reps through if you need to. I love that aspect on it. Yeah, and the first one generally for us is lower skill, less weight in like inverted commas, and it just allows guys to move and breathe. So they don't have to be like super stressed coming in. They can warm up gradually towards it. The first workout is almost just like a ramp up to what's coming next. Exactly. But saying that, it tests the absolute fittest, can absolutely send it, and the people not so much, they can just get their way through it. So it's, I love that. It's a really well programmed workout, and I love the concept behind it to get it up. So that workout has a 20-minute window, and most teams finished around a 16-ish minutes. Some of the teams were super quick, like at 10.
Had 12 minutes.
Was it? Yeah, okay. I remember it being quick. 3 minutes around, wasn't it? So after that, they all then go off. They get the remaining time of that 20 minutes off as well. Then they get a full 10-minute window. This is where the team will come in. The judges and everyone were wicked, by the way, so thank you for those guys who come in. Will come in and just rejig the floor quickly for the next one. So they'll have the athletes will have 10 minutes off. They'll then come back in, and then they, like you said, they'll push out. A pair will go into a 40-minute block of engine, and then the other pair will come in and they get a 20-minute block of gymnastics.
Exactly.
And how you program the gymnastics, like you said, is so true that in every single comp I've done, you might go and do a 1 rep max weightlifting. They don't ask you to do a 5K ski before it. It's just weightlifting. So you get, the weightlifters get rewarded. The gymnastics never get rewarded. There's always something first to pre-fatigue them or something else. You might max distance handstand walk, but beforehand you've got to do 5 D-ball cleans at 100 kilos, and then you're out the window anyway.
Exactly. And then if we say, that's why I say, and I said it so many times, I love CrossFit more than anything. Okay. We have mainly 3 modalities: engine, weightlifting, gymnastics. Unfortunately, nowadays, everyone forgets gymnastics because it's really hard. Everyone says it's really hard to learn new skills. It's really hard to do bar muscle-ups. It's really hard to do pull-ups. I understand that. But people don't understand. It's really hard to do a squat snatch. And I think it's even harder than doing pull-up. And I think pull-up is more important than doing a squat snatch. But the snatch, it just looks impressive. And pull-up is good to have it, but it doesn't look as impressive as a snatch, which I get that. And then again, when they put them together, when you say a bar muscle up is equal not to a snatch, because that's a movement, the other one is a skill, is equal to have 80 kilo snatch. How many people have 80 kilo snatch? Mm-hmm. It needs years of training, mobility, get better on technique. The same with a muscle up. It needs years or months, depends how strong you are. Build up the strength, the skill, the mobility, everything you need to build it up. So, because 33% of CrossFit is still there, is a big thing of CrossFit, and I know people don't really like it, I understand that, is the hardest workout to program. Because I said we don't have divisions, so it's something that everyone can do it. As we keep saying in classes, my grandma can do it, is come in, they can do it, the gymnastics, but the gymnast or the amazing person who has all the skills still has to do something to work really hard to do it, and it's interesting. Yeah. So if you have all the skills, obviously you don't want to do ring rows, just ring rows. As I said, we want to shine, show your skills. So it's really hard to find a good balance of scaled and elite movements together, make it actually fair for points, for scoring, because scoring is a bit different. I tried 2 different ways last year and this year. They have some pros and cons, walking around, testing a few things. And actually is a really good example. I have 2 different parts. The first workout was wall walks, double unders, pull-ups, and toaster bar. These are the movements. I know maybe the double unders that don't look like a gymnastics, but it's a skill.
Yeah.
So we have these movements and we have all the scale options and everything. For every single RX movement you're doing, you're rewarding with extra bonus in your score in the end. Some people came back to me, it's not enough rewarding. I said, guys, it's over 500 reps in this workout. If you do everything RX, if you do everything scaled, it's a big difference. And someone, actually one of the members, amazing, he figured out the maths. He's really clever. He did some scale, some RX, a good combination. So he saved some energy, and they actually won that event with a couple of scale option, and had another team that did everything RX, and they were second. Someone come to me, that's unfair. I was like, why? They did over a round extra than you, because they move really efficient. We're going to penalize them because it's not RX.
Yeah.
So, but we'll have a part B, and then overall between part A and part B, we'll put them together, and then the team who won, it was when they did everything RX.
Okay.
So they ended up the highest skill to win overall the gymnastics, but just a specific part, someone who scaled it down won, but that's fine.
Yeah, I don't have any problems with that. So so gymnastics was A and B. A team who did RX and A and B actually won overall, but one of the sections, someone who scaled some of the movements during that section, actually got more work done in the time. Yeah. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So it was. This one is really hard. I tested so many times, so many different variations, so different scoring points, different movements. The gymnastics this year, it took me over a month to figure out what's the workout, what's the right rep scheme. It was hard. I've done it so many times. In a moment, it's like I don't want to see that again.
No more. No more. Done. Yeah, I like the fact that it was ascending reps as well on the toaster bar and pull-ups.
So that's the gymnastics. Now the weightlifting, apart from 1 rep max, I want to see another big part of CrossFit, which is the bobby cycling. Sometimes, like last year, was a bit more. This year was a bit less. But you have to be strategy. It's not who is the strongest only. It's like, do you know yourself or your percentages really well? So if this year, you choose a weight, you do a 10 minutes minimum, you do a complex, and you're not allowed to change the weight. If you have one attempt every minute, every 30 seconds, you have one attempt. If you fail, technically your score is getting less. Because let's say, for example, someone chooses 60 kilos, you did all the 10 rounds successfully, the score is 600. But if they fail one, the score is 540. And if someone had 55, everything successful,
they beat you.
They beat them. So it's not just about the strength.
It's what you can hold on to, maintain good form.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was great.
It's
really
great technique, strategy, know yourself, every single detail. It's not, oh, I'm a big boy, I can lift 200 kilos, I can win, I know that.
Yeah.
It's like, can you?
Yeah, can you hold on? Can you hold on for 10 rounds?
Exactly.
Yeah, so every 30 seconds, it's like one, the snatch, because it was a complex, wasn't it? The snatchers went first, they had a 30-second window, and then the clean and jerk guys went second, they had a 30-second window. And they only had one attempt on the bar, which is cool as well. You can pick it up once from the floor, and you've got to go for it.
Exactly. And then you calculate the power output, not just the weight.
Yeah.
And then after that, they have 10 minutes, 1 rep max. Obviously, again, your time to shine.
Yeah.
And then we'll have 2 different scores.
Yeah, 10
Because some people, for example, like for me, I'm really good on bobby cycling. I'm not good on 1 rep maxes. Some people is exactly the opposite. They're amazing on 1 rep max, but when it's the bobby cycling, then you have to go really light. And actually, it happened. We have some teams that finished second and third. That the bobby cycling was amazing. The 1 rep max, it was really low.
Sounds like me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but people have different strengths, right? Some people are more explosive, they're better at those ones. Other people are better than that, some more endurance, which that would have been 10 sets each of doing that. So yeah, I like the combination of both, and the worthy winners of that were found, right? The guys who lifted heaviest across the board were found. At this same time, these gymnastics, 20-minute gymnastic blocks and 20-minute weightlifting, we've got some poor guys working for 40 minutes in the background.
Exactly. So the main idea behind that, I know sometimes it's quite long. And I said, if you believe you're good at engine, 20 minutes is not enough time to show yourself you're good at engine. Because that means if you go towards to 15 or 20 minutes time cap, you're better maybe on speed or intensity. It doesn't mean you're longer on engine. So it's like, okay, I need a longer one. And it has to be at least 30 minutes to 40 minutes to show, actually, I'm good on endurance. So I created this one. This year, obviously, you had the idea with runners. We had only 2. I was like, okay, let's figure out this one because I want them. It's kind of a new element. Not every gym has runners or sole runners. Not all the people practice them. So it's kind of like a new movement. So we said, okay, let's go with that, but we're going to create 2 different parts. Same to 20 minutes, and then we're going to swap. And then there was the main question, is it fair? Is it not? And actually, we test them. We test them both ways. We change the workouts quite a lot of times. I test that way, I test that way. I see the scores. And I said, with the programming and the workouts we decided we're going to end up, doesn't really make any difference.
No, it doesn't.
And then I saw the results after Saturday, and I was like, was it actually or not? It was really funny. The results was really funny. So whoever started with runner, yes, let's say the best top 1 team, they had the best score. Whoever started part B, yes, overall they had the best score, number 1.
Yeah.
On 2 to 5, it was random. Okay?
Really?
It was so random. It doesn't really matter where they started. But you have to remember, it's part A, part B, 100 points, 100 points, 2 different workouts. So, and then you're going to find a winner of the engine because they had some prizes. These 2 scores combined. The first 3 teams, it doesn't matter who did the first.
All different orders.
It was different orders.
Yeah, I think the way the points were weighted exactly the same. Doesn't matter if you do A or B first. You just get in and do your thing. If you have to be good at running, probably doesn't matter which way you do it. You're good at running. You're good at running after 20 minutes on a bike. You know, and a rower. So.
Yeah, exactly. And it was a decent rest between them, and because you have a partner, is I go, you go. Had some rest. It's not non-stop 18 minutes.
Yeah.
So it does really matter, really. So you have some rest, and then you go for it.
Off you go again.
Yeah,
it's a cool workout to see. For me, the hardest point on that was trying. I think we overlooked this, or I definitely did. How hard it was to MC the different times. It was like the gymnastics was every 4 minutes. The run was every 5 minutes. The other bit was the weightlifting was every 30 seconds. So I was like Rain Man, like okay, 3, 2, 1, lift. So that was
So guys, as you know, Tom, you did an amazing job on MC.
You.
Well done. We'll have you again.
Yeah, that's good. That's good to know.
We print out all the timings. So I had your notes on 38 minutes. Gymnastics has to stop on 41 minutes.
You did a good job
MC.
of all those. Yeah.
So you had notes. So even if you had an MC who had no idea what's going on, just read the notes and then you can go. I know it was harder if you don't know. And you see probably the first hit, it was a bit tricky.
Yeah.
But after that,
fine. Yeah,
flying.
that's good. Yeah, a lot going on. But it's really cool that all those parts are moving simultaneously, and it all just everyone I spoke to athlete-wise, it just flowed naturally through, and there was no shenanigans going on. So that's wicked. So they've done the gymnastics, weightlifting, engine. They then go off. They get 10 minutes to chill out. For us, I could not wait for this workout. I could not wait. We've had a nightmare. The last workout has worms in the worm. We had a nightmare filling them, which we won't even go into because that was an absolute nightmare. Anyway, they're filled now, 100-kilo worm, 3-man worms, 100 kilos. And we practice this workout fully. We practice different elements of it. How did you feel, to answer this question, how did you feel when you saw the first heat on the worm?
Honestly, I've created so many workouts in my life. For programming, individuals, competition, doesn't matter. For local comps, internal comps, so many workouts in my life. That's the first time in my life I felt bad. I looked at you, I was like, I don't want to say the word, but I was like, maybe I messed it up.
Yeah, I was looking around, I was like, oh my goodness, this had an adverse effect of what we thought was going on. Do you want to go through the workout quickly?
Yeah, so as I said, I want a new element. So the worm, pretty much everyone knows the movement. So when you see a worm in the workout, I announced it will be the 5th event, just a worm workout. So everyone's like, okay, we know roughly the movements, and I don't want them to know the movement. So I had an idea I've never done before. I asked you, you've never done before with a worm, and it was a ZZ squats. So you hold the worm here, and then you squat, everyone facing the same direction. You have 3 people. We tested it, and we said, oh, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, and
if you have the right position.
And the week before we were at Tribal Clash, and we did them in Tribal Clash, not with a worm. I can't remember what we had. A log. We had a log, so it's fixed, but still fairly heavy. Probably not as heavy. It's not 100 kilos.
It wasn't 100.
But we were doing lots of reps though. Lots of reps. So yeah, when we tested it, I was like, that's not too bad. Maybe we had good positioning or whatever it was. Anyway, it was 80 of them for the guys. Then it was 60 shoulder to overhead.
60 shoulder to overhead, and then 40 thrusters.
That's
the problem with this workout, 10 minutes time cap. I knew it was tight. Mm-hmm. And then I said, and then we were discussing, we liked the workout, but it was too much rest for some people, and we thought maybe it's too easy. It wasn't, but we thought that. So we had a penalty every time the worm touched the floor, 8 synchronized down-ups for the whole team.
Yeah.
So I said to guys, don't touch the floor. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's too much 8 down-ups.
I just want to say, when we tested this, we were like, oh, you're probably going to put it down once. 8 synchronized down-ups when you're in the middle of a workout, super fatigue, that's going to be like close to a minute. By the time people aren't coming down and mucking around, okay, so like really it's a 9-minute workout now. And then to get the work done, we're like, okay, we have to get it done inside 9 minutes. So go on, sorry, carry on.
So we tested the workout. It worked. We finished the time cap. And then, always every time we test, we're not saying, oh, because we finished, that's a time cap. I said I give extra times and percentages, I do the maths, what probably normal people will do, or like more scale athletes will do, it doesn't matter. So I'll do the maths and try to calculate the time cap. So we started actually the reps with 180, 60, and I said to you, oh, that's too much.
Yeah.
So we dropped down to 80, 60, 40. And then for a second I thought, should we drop them down more?
Yeah. No,
and then I was thinking, probably not, let's keep it there, and then let's move on. So I did the maths, and it was fine. I was like, okay, we got this. Hit one, started the workout. I've never seen such a chaos in my life.
It was great.
I've never seen that before.
It was so good.
I was smiling and I was crying at the same time. And I was like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, it was fun.
So, guys, everyone obviously capped, and then one team did one solid to overhead.
In the first heat.
On the first heat. It was a 10 minutes AMRAP of ZZ squats.
Yeah.
One team did 70 down-ups. And they dropped it like, they do 1-2 reps, drop. 1-2 reps, drop.
Yeah, that doesn't bode well.
So I was like, oh my God. So when they finished, everyone absolutely hated me.
Yeah.
And then everyone came to me and was like, Lefty, it's impossible to finish that in time cap. And that's why I said, like, I feel bad. I feel probably it was too much.
Yeah, because to be fair, when we tested it, we hadn't done everything else beforehand. So we're like scratching our heads like, oh, did we over program? And it doesn't really matter if you did, because it's still scored. The best will still get the furthest through or whatever. So it doesn't really matter. It's just maybe a bit soul destroying if you did 10 minutes of Zerchers.
Yeah, exactly. And then, thank God, he too comes in the floor.
We were like cheerleading them on.
Yeah, and everyone, because they saw the hit one, they felt bad. Oh my God, how are we going to do this one? They came to me. So we had a team, a really good team. They won the whole thing. They came to me, one of the athletes, and he said, mate, I don't think so we're going to finish it. I know we're good on the worm, but that's hard.
Who said that to you?
Corey.
Did he?
And I was like, please finish it. Yeah. Thank God they finished in the sub 7 minutes.
Yeah, so I spoke to them afterwards. They're like, it was fine.
Exactly.
As long as you didn't sink, it was absolutely fine. They are strong, to be fair. They're strong.
And then I felt much better.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, my maths actually worked.
Yeah.
It's like, guys,
you do know what you're talking about.
They did, but they didn't drop. They had amazing communication. They had 10. That amazing flow between great communication, great strategy. And then overall, we had 3 teams that finished it. Which I know is not probably plenty, but it showed to everyone that you can finish it.
Yeah.
It's doable. I know it was hard, but it's doable.
Yeah, it's supposed to be hard, right?
Yeah, exactly.
No, look at Castro on the pegboard the first time it come up.
Yeah.
Just looking at it. So yeah.
And then the idea is the worm, and it was a new movement with the worm, is a bit awkward. If you have a tiny bit wrong position, it's way too hard.
And if one person doesn't put in full effort, someone else takes it. Yeah, it was great.
And I loved it that everyone, because I posted this one 10 days before the comp, so I gave some time people to practice. And I was asking members, guys, are you going to practice it? And everyone was like to me, we're fine. We've done so many worm. Yeah. We got this. And they didn't get this.
Yeah, it was tough. The Zercher was tough, for sure.
But yeah, that was overall. I tested a few things last year. I tested a few things this year. I had feedbacks, good, bad feedback for everything. Maybe some mistakes. Some people didn't like something. Some people liked something. I had all this feedback. I need to work it out. The problem now is that I have too many ideas. Mm-hmm. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I need to calm down and then I figure out what's the next step.
Yeah, so I'm looking for. We chatted outside about what's next, and we both had different ideas how to elevate it moving forward. But all I can say is watch this space for next year. There's going to be more. There's going to be more than one. There's going to be more than one, hopefully.
You hear it here first time.
Yeah. There's going to be more than one.
It's going to be more than one. It's going to be bigger. It's going to be a lot of things. A lot of things coming.
Yeah. So watch the space.
You watch the space.
Cool. Well, Lefty, I just wanted to go through that. And again, for me, really well done. It's a fantastic day. You did a great job. I can see how much work you do behind the scenes. People probably can't. They're not supposed to see that. They're not. But I know how much goes on behind the scenes. Yeah. So well done. Well done delivering on the day. It was really good. Yeah, and everyone I spoke to enjoyed it. So
yeah, thank you. And then the last thing I forgot to say that before. There are no divisions. It worked really nice last weekend. We have, as I said, a good team. High-level athletes, They're really good. They smashed everything. They won pretty much all the workouts, apart from one, engine. And we had a male and female. The female has been doing CrossFit for 6 months. She was so nervous, never done CrossFit competition before. So normally, if you go in a normal comp, probably will be scaled. And they beat everyone. So they beat the elite athletes because they're amazing on engine.
Yeah.
So both male and female, they have elite-level engine. They beat everyone.
And they'll never get to showcase that in a normal comp, right?
Exactly. Or they're going to scale that they know probably going to beat everyone because they're already really good.
Yeah.
But they showed to elite athletes, if I'm going to say them, they beat everyone. They have the prizes.
So
happy
cool.
days.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, again, that's why the format works so well. You can showcase your skills, which is really nice. Well, I'm looking for a team for next year if anyone's around. I'll be maybe might be your engine guy if you need them. Anyway, Lefty, thanks very much. And just a short podcast just to go over SixFit. Guys who did it, I hope you really enjoyed it. Show the love to Lefty. All the work he put in behind the scenes was amazing, and hopefully we'll see you next time.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Nice, mate.